Large language models, LLM, have been developed by OpenAI with considerable success. The GPT-5, the most recent of these models, is anticipated to be the next significant release by OpenAI. Although little is known about GPT-5, which is anticipated to be a substantial upgrade above GPT-4, we have compiled all the rumors and information that have surfaced thus far. So before we continue, hit that subscribe button below. Also like this video and share it with your friends. The future large language model, LLM, from OpenAI, GPT-5, is in the process of being created. LLM development at OpenAI has advanced quickly, and GPT-4 was just made available. Reports state that GPT-5's training will be finished by December of current year, and that it might start up as early as 2024. The next model's features and capabilities are still a mystery, and little is known about it. Industry rumors suggest that GPT-5 will eventually attain AGI, artificial general intelligence, but we'll get into more depth on that below. Additionally, GPT-5 is said to shorten inference times, improve productivity, lessen additional hallucinations, and much more. Let's start with hallucination, which is a major factor in why most consumers are hesitant to readily accept AI models. In internal adversarially designed factual evaluations under all 9 categories, GPT-4 reportedly outperformed GPT 3.5 by 40%. GPT-4 is now 82% less likely to react to incorrect and forbidden material. In accuracy tests conducted across all categories, it is very nearly at the 80% threshold. That represents a significant advancement in the fight against hallucinations. Now it is anticipated that OpenAI would lower hallucination to less than 10% in GPT-5, which would be crucial for the reliability of LLM models. Recently, I've used the GPT-4 model for a variety of tasks, and thus far it has only provided factual replies. Thus, it is very possible that GPT-5 will experience even less hallucination than GPT-4. Calculus effective model. Next, we already know that GPT-4 has a larger inference time and costs more to run, $0.03 per 1K tokens. The previous GPT 3.5 Turbo variant, however, is 15 times less expensive, $0.02 per 1K tokens, than the GPT-4. This is due to the fact that GPT-4 trains on a staggering 1 trillion parameters, necessitating an expensive computational infrastructure. In our most current explanation of Google's PaLM-2 model, we discovered that PaLM-2 is far smaller than its predecessor, which facilitates speedy performance. PaLM-2 is trained on 340 billion parameters, which is significantly fewer than the enormous parameter set of GPT-4, according to a recent CNBC report. Google even went on to suggest that creating effective models requires research ingenuity rather than simply thinking bigger is better. Therefore, OpenAI must come up with novel, inventive techniques to shrink the size of the model while retaining the output quality it wants to make its next models compute optimal. Businesses and companies account for a sizable portion of OpenAI's revenue. Thus, GPT-5 must not only be more affordable, but also quicker to produce results. Developers are already complaining about having to use the GPT 3.5 model in production because GPT-4 API requests frequently fail to reply. Performance enhancements in the future GPT-5 model must be on OpenAI's wishlist, especially in light of the release of Google's significantly faster PaLM-2 model, which you can test out right now. Despite being marketed as a multimodal AI model, GPT-4 only works with 2 types of data: images and texts. It's true that the feature hasn't yet been incorporated to GPT-4, but OpenAI may release it in a few months. However, OpenAI might make a significant step toward being truly multimodal with GPT-5. Additionally, it might work with temperature, depth information, text, music, photos, and videos. In order to establish an embedding space, it would be able to connect data streams from several modalities. Recently, Meta launched ImageBin, an AI model that opens source for study and combines data from 6 different modalities. Although OpenAI hasn't made many announcements in this area, the business does have some excellent foundation models for picture production and vision analysis. Additionally, CLIP, contrastive language image pre-training, for image analysis, and DALLE, a well-liked Midjourney replacement that can create images from word descriptions, were both developed by OpenAI. It is a field of study that is still being pursued, and its applications are still unclear. It may be used to design and produce immersive content for virtual reality, claims Meta. We need to wait and watch what OpenAI does in this area and whether the introduction of GPT-5 will lead to further AI applications across multiple multimodalities. OpenAI introduced a maximum context length of 32K tokens with the launch of GPT-4, with the price of $0.06 per 1K token. In just a few months, the standard 4K tokens have changed quickly to 32K tokens. Anthropic recently enlarged the context window of its Claude AI chatbot from 9K to 100K tokens. GPT-5 is anticipated to assist long-term memory by having a substantially longer context length. This can assist in creating ad buddies and characters that remember your persona and have long-lasting memories. A single context window can also be used to load libraries of books and text documents. Long-term memory support can enable a variety of new AI applications, and GPT-5 can do that. Release of GPT-5, AGI fear. Sam Altman blogged on AGI and how it could help all of humanity in February 2023. The next generation of AI systems, known as AGI, artificial general intelligence, is generally more intelligent than humans. The claim that OpenAI's next model, GPT-5, will achieve AGI appears to have some basis in reality. We already have a number of autonomous AI agents that are based on GPT-4 and are capable of making their own decisions and drawing logical conclusions, such as AutoGPT and Baby AGI. It's highly probable that GPT-5 will include some form of AGI. While noting massive risks in handling extraordinarily powerful systems like AGI, Altman writes in the blog that we believe we have to continuously learn and adapt by deploying less powerful versions of the technology in order to minimize one shot to get right scenarios. Sam Altman also encouraged U.S. lawmakers to pass legislation governing more modern AI systems prior to the most recent Senate session. I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong, Altman stated during the hearing. And about that, we want to speak up. We want to collaborate with the administration to stop it from happening, he continued. OpenAI has been vociferous about rules governing more recent AI systems that would be extremely strong and sophisticated for a while. Remember that Altman wants safety regulations for extremely strong AI systems, not for open source models or for models created by tiny firms. It's important to remember that in March 2023, Elon Musk and other well-known figures, including Steve Wozniak, Andrew Yang, Yuval Noah Harari, and others, called for a halt to large-scale AI studies. Since then, there has been a significant backlash against AGI and more recent AI systems, including GPT-4. Expect a longer delay in the public release of GPT-5 if OpenAI does in fact include AGI functionality. Regulation would undoubtedly take effect, and methods for ensuring safety and alignment would be closely examined. It's fantastic to know that OpenAI already has a strong GPT-4 model and that it's constantly developing additional functions and features. No other AI model, not even the Google Bard that is built on PLM-2, even comes close to it. GPT-5 OpenAI future stance. OpenAI has become more covert about its actions with the publication of GPT-4. It no longer shares research with the open source community on the training dataset, architecture, hardware, training compute, and training procedure. A corporation that was formed as a nonprofit is now capped profit on the tenets of unfettered cooperation has undergone an odd transformation. OpenAI's principal scientist, Ilya Sutskever, admitted that we were wrong in a March 2023 interview with The Verge. Without a doubt, we erred. It just doesn't make sense to open source if, like us, you think that AI or AGI will one day be tremendously, unbelievable powerful. It is unwise. I'm confident that everyone will realize in a few years that it is simply not a good idea to open source AI. It is now evident that in order to remain competitive in the AI race, neither GPT-4 nor the next GPT-5 will be open source. An alternative approach to AI development has been taken by Meta, a different large firm. The open source community has taken notice of Meta, which has been distributing a number of AI models under the CC by NC 4.0 license, research only, non-commercial. OpenAI has also modified its position on open source in light of the widespread use of Meta's LLM and other AI models. Recent sources state that OpenAI is developing a new open source AI model that will soon be made available to the general public. It's a great change, however, there is little information on its capabilities or how competitive it will be against GPT 3.5% or GPT-4. In conclusion, GPT-5 will be a cutting-edge model that will push the limits of what is conceivable with AI. It appears likely that GPT-5 will introduce some kind of AGI. And if that turns out to be the case, OpenAI will need to prepare for strict regulations and potential bans everywhere. A safe guess for the GPT-5's launching date would be sometime in 2024. Subscribe to our channel to learn more about latest technologies.